Are you worried about the protests that you've seen so far? Do you think they're well informed?
The what?
Protests.
No, this is not this thing is not a street thing. It's a technical issue. It's a professional issue, and I think the court should be allowed to conclude this issue. I mean, we're going to protest. Any person can carry out any protest. You know, that the other side can come out with the people who say no, we support this or think that doesn't have any issue, and it will further bring it to the political fore. I think it's a thing that the court should be allowed to take it to the end.
In other words, you're recommending or advising, if they can, they should avoid those street protests.
Oh yes, I mean, what will it bring? Will it make the president to say, okay, Justice Salami, come back, or will it influence the
That's
courts?
part of the intention.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at some of the placards they are carrying,
protesters.
Well, if the because it will be adding more fault or more injury to the injury. So I don't think, and you to take it further to the political arena.
You know, you use political arena now is one issue that people are worried about.
Yes.
Now, even you look at the headlines now, some already asking question, is A member of party B, or is C a member of party Z, and on it goes. But again, do you think that the political parties, for instance, are in any better position to comment on issues like this?
If you look at the comments, the comments are funny. Some of them say, oh, he's being removed so that he does not head the panel for the election petition of CPC election petition against the president and all that. Another judge will definitely come in to head that panel, you know. And even the other panels that is being accused of having influence, these panels were headed by some other justices, not necessarily just Justice Salami, you know. And Justice Salami, for crying out loud, I don't know how much influence he could exert on the other justices of Court of Appeal. I mean, these are assumingly men of integrity, and he is just first among equals. You know, he does not decide for them. They can decide against him and things like that. So I do not know how it came about that people think that, oh, it was him that influenced them. Any other person could have influenced them. I mean, their wife could influence them or anything. But it should still be taken that this was their decision. You know, if Justice Salami is removed because they do not want him to sit over that, and another justice of the Court of Appeal is brought in, of course, he alone is not going to sit over that. The new PCA is not going to sit alone over that petition. He's going to sit over it with two other justices. And no matter the view he holds, the majority view will still carry the day and things like that.
But isn't it a pointer to how bad things have gone, or how some aspects of the judiciary is perceived, if that hypothesis were to make the rounds in some quarters at all? I mean, on how...
Yeah, I agree, and I'm bothered on a statement that was made during the inauguration of the acting PCA, on the statement that on the advice that he should listen to advice
wise counsel.
On wise counsel. I mean, what does that mean? You know, you swear in the mind. A very simple process of swearing in the new. What is wise counsel here? What is advice here? You know, it only goes to strengthen this position you mentioned, and it's worrisome.
Mr. Ayanwu, you know, I just think that meaning has been read into what we shouldn't read it to mean anyway, because I mean, if you're a judge and you're going to take certain decisions, I would think that sometimes, even in those days when kings used to act as judges and kings at the same time, they had advisors, and I'm sure that advice was just
going to say, you should be able to take
wise counsel. It was also qualified, not just any kind of counsel.
For the fact that he came out so openly during inauguration, it goes without saying, you know, before you do certain simple decisions, I'm sure you could turn to Sulai Bayo and say, what do you think? You understand? or what do you think? It goes without saying. But bringing it out that way at this particular point in time, I'm wondering whether it wasn't part of what happened the other way, whether the man didn't listen to wise counsel.
So the various deductions now.
It could come out of it.
Well, how early or how soon do you expect us to come to bring this all to a good end, so that we just move ahead and move on and just say it never happened?
No, it has happened. There's no way to now answer it never happened. I thought if we are to take it like that, I thought that was what the NJC's investigation panel came to do, to manage it, and to get it to that level. But they came out and it was like something must be done, either to press it in or to punish for whatever misdemeanor. Because I thought that that panel, and again, I am appalled by the fact that a body like NJC could come out and say that apologize. If the finding was that it was not true that certain persons called to influence, and it was a statement made on affidavit, it becomes perjury. And would you sort out perjury by saying apologize? Because perjury is a wrong against the state. It's not an individual wrong.
So that's a crime by itself.
Yes, it's a crime itself. It's not a wrong against an individual.
And the idea is you don't
so by apologizing to an individual, will it ameliorate it? It doesn't. It's a crime. The state ought to take up its problem.